A lot of times you can look very successful on the outside, but inside you are suffering or you're struggling. And the job that you want to do is you want to impress others, but the impression that you're making for them doesn't count for them. They're living their own lives. They're not going to really care about you. How do you know if you're like really pushing yourself beyond the limit to where you could just break? And one of those things is that you can look at. There's some major things you can look at. And the first thing that I've discovered with my clients is sleep. There's no ability to have solid sleep. And so what happens is you have insomnia, or you're waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, or you're staying up late at night. I had a client the other day and she was telling me that although her partner was asleep, that she found herself scrolling on the internet or looking at the news or doing anything because she could not sleep. Because what happens is when your brain gets into that cortisol and it's racing, your mind is racing at night, you're not able to slow down. You're not able to slow down, so your brain continues. Then when you go to bed at night, you're not getting enough sleep and you're not having a restful sleep. So you wake up in the morning, you're exhausted. You're exhausted, and on top of that, you got to race. So you've got to drink a lot of caffeine or pastries or sugar. You've got to get your engines running. And then during the day, you're short on patience. You don't really want to talk to anyone. You might be impatient with your spouse or your children. Then you get to the office and you're impatient with your staff, your secretary, your assistant, your paralegals. And then you sit down to your desk to try to do something substantive, and your brain is foggy. Of course it's foggy. You didn't get enough sleep. You've been running on adrenaline for days or weeks. And so now your brain is not working. And then when your brain's not working, guess what? It hits your pocket. It hits your revenue. So now you're not making enough money. So is this your story? If this is your story, then you want to look and see, what do I need to do? Because I personally remember being stuck for 2 years in this cycle. And what happened for me is I was in my 50s and my body just stopped. It says, nope, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to do this anymore. I had to stop and I had to get my health back together and I had to start from scratch. And it was all because I did not pay attention to the signs that I'm giving you now. So sleep, loss of sleep, irritability, foggy mind, running on adrenaline, all of those things are things you want to look at. And if you're having those signs, then it's time to stop, get support before you crash. Subscribe, and we hope to see you soon.